Hi, my name is Hollis Roberts, and I'm a program manager with Magic. And I'm here today with one of our amazing mentee mentor pairs, Emily Pang and Michelle McNulty. Hi. Um, I'm really excited and just want to congratulate you, Emily, on doing such an amazing job with your project. I checked it out, took a sneak peek before your presentation this week, and it's just incredible what you've been able to been able to do. Will you tell us a bit about your project?
Mhm. So my project was to was to make a machine learning algorithm on Python that could basically determine the planetary dispositions, which is like whether or not something is a planet, from the Kepler 2009 space mission.
Wow, that's such an amazing and ambitious project. What drew you to this particular subject?
Well, going into it, I knew that I wanted to do something on Python, and I also knew that I wanted to do something with astronomy. I think astronomy is super fascinating. Like, it's just the amount of possibilities that are out there, how much that we don't know yet, and how much that we're currently trying to find. And so like uh I also thought that, like, the coding aspect would be fun because I know that, like, as our world becomes more and more technologically advanced, things like machine learning have become increasingly more useful at investigating large amounts of data. So yeah.
Amazing. Is there anything that surprised you or that you didn't expect you would get a chance to learn throughout this mentorship?
Mm, okay, so I knew that we would be able to make something to be able to, find, like, to be able to find the planetary dispositions. I wasn't expecting there to be so many, like, missing data points, because we came across a lot of data points in the data table that had missing values. So originally we ended up just taking those data values out because they were messing with the machine learning. And then later on we experimented with seeing what would happen if we, instead of taking those values out, we imputed them. So, like, we made educated guesses as to what those missing values would be based on everything else in that row. So that was pretty fun. Yeah.
That's neat. And Michelle, as a mentor, I'm so curious what you learned throughout this too. I know we learned just as much as our mentees do.
Yeah, of course. My background is in genetics, and I primarily use R for programming. So switching to astronomy and Python, I definitely learned a lot. I found myself watching a lot of NASA videos at night, like starting with what is an exoplanet, and learning more about the Kepler telescope. And it was also really interesting as, like, a data scientist to see how the imputed values impacted the machine learning models and the accuracy. And throughout this whole thing, I've been extremely impressed with Emily and how she's handled the data and the coding, and just constantly impressed.
Amazing. And Emily, what was it like working with a mentor as you were learning and especially the different coding languages and about these new topics?
Honestly, like, it was really awesome to have someone that I was able to, like, talk to and consult. Like, even if, like, I would say the fact that we were both new to, like, working with Python and astronomy was also, like, pretty useful to me because it because we were working on it together. It wasn't just like I was consulting someone, but, like, we were consulting each other, really. And it was really useful to, like, have have that outside resource and not just have to, like, search on Google alone. So yeah.
Mm. And Michelle, I have a question for you. I've seen Emily's project and it's fantastic. What has most impressed you about Emily throughout this process?
I think her intuition with programming and things that I didn't necessarily direct her to do, and she did. For example, in the beginning, we wrote a lot of code to just visualize the data. And for a while, it was just copy pasting the same code and kind of changing one variable at a time. And on her own, she realized that it would be much easier to write a function to make this plot and then just call the function on there, like, for each. And she even coded in whether it should be on log scale or not, which
Wow.
was very impressive. And I was hoping for just a few figures, and when within the week span, she came back and was like, here's every figure and all the functions I wrote to make them pretty and modifiable. And that ended up being really helpful later on, because we would find interesting columns or variables in the machine learning models. And then it was so easy to go back and plug that in and make the figures, because she already had that infrastructure set up in her code. So that was really impressive.
Wow, that really is. I have a final question for both of you. I'll start with you, Emily. If someone was interested in joining Magic as a mentee, what would you share with them about what you enjoyed and how much time it took and what they should expect?
Like, I mean, okay, again, I would say I really enjoyed the aspect of like being able to consult with another person on something that we're both very interested in, and something that we both want to work on and improve. And to like be able to explore that interest. And I would say time-wise, like it, like honestly, like it does take time, but I would say it depends on like what project you choose, and like what effort and what outcome you're looking for. But like I would say that the time spent is like really well, is really worth the outcome.
I love it. And Michelle, same question to you, except if someone was interested in mentoring, what would you share?
I mean, if you like helping and teaching and science and STEM, it's just fun. It's really nice to be able to give back and try to share some of my knowledge. I mean, it might not be on exoplanets or Python, but hopefully I taught Emily something. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was fulfilling, and I would recommend it.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you both. I'm really excited to see you share about your project live, Emily, and ask you a ton of questions about it when I get a chance to see you present in person. Thank you both.
Thanks.
Thank you.